I just want to ask a clarifying question based on my good colleague from New Canaan. The Energy Saving or Storage Solutions program is up and running right now, and consumers across Connecticut can take advantage of that program. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And so you have currently an incentive to put storage in your home if you have solar, and the utilities pay the consumer every time they draw electricity out of it to peak shave, for example, on a hot summer evening, and that is partly how you pay for the storage. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah. Let me keep going, and I'll give detail on. Yeah.
And then currently, there's also an incentive to help offset the cost of installation. Is that federally subsidized right now, or are we doing that at the state level?
Great question. Okay, so lots of things to unpack there.
Sorry.
Energy storage solutions for, let's talk about the residential customer, and we're happy to get into the commercial customers too, although they're running into interconnection barriers, and that's really where lots of the benefits are locked. But on the residential side, we offer an upfront incentive intended to bring down the cost of those systems, and an ongoing performance-based incentive that allows the utilities to actively dispatch those systems so that you create performance over time. So right now, we're actually in a very active docket. This is the annual review process. I forget the docket number for energy storage solutions, but I think I saw earlier my team were on like 56 interrogatories. It's like this time of year, my team works really hard on responding to these sorts of things. But the way the benefits and costs work for the ratepayer is this program, Energy Storage Solutions as a whole, has to have what's called a ratepayer impact measure greater than 1.4, which means that the benefits have to be 1.4 times greater than the costs. So in this case, the upfront incentives that are offered to the families and businesses who take on battery storage, and the dispatch of those systems over time by reducing peak demand over time, that is a ratepayer benefit. So in the numerator, you're trying to get that benefit as high as possible. Our challenge has been that the uptake, the customers who want to support battery storage is very slow. We have an attachment rate in Connecticut of between 1 to 2%, which is to say of those 100% of solar customers, only 1 to 2% of them also do a battery too. So we need to get to 10, 20, 100%, right, of those systems with battery storage so that we can realize all those benefits on behalf of ratepayers. The other challenge is that dispatching those systems is hard. Like the math of the benefit cost thing is, okay, let's just assume we can program those batteries to passively dispatch in summer months during 5 o'clock in the afternoon to 8 o'clock at night during the whole summer, and during the winter the same thing. We're finding that that simple assumption is not as easy as it sounds. You know, you have an equipment manufacturer who has to program their systems to manage the software connection to the utilities. You have a third-party owner who has to allow the utilities to dispatch that system. So our performance isn't where it needs to be. So we're currently before a Pura docket that is looking at this. And I would say we've made steady progress in terms of that dispatch over the years. It's nowhere near where it needs to be, but that benefit is what we're after, because when we have a ratepayer impact that is of that, greater than 1.4 or greater than 1 for that example, then all ratepayers are benefiting through a reduced electric rate. So that's the future that we're trying to get to, is that future.
Thank you. Also, right, this is going to help make our whole grid more resilient if we have a more decentralized storage.
And reduce greenhouse gas emissions, yeah.
So I hope we can take a snippet of what you just said, because I think part of it is people don't know this program exists. Yeah. And that's one of the things we can do with our communities, is help get the word out that this program exists. And there might be some additional urgency, because who knows how much longer we'll be able to get to the hopefully 1.4 benefit, but that this actually is bringing down costs for all ratepayers by avoiding those peak prices, right, during high demand surges. So I just wanted to thank you for this nice PSA you gave us.
Yeah, no, thank you for that question. And again, you know, the residential is struggling, so we're actually less than 1 for the residential. For the commercial, we're greater than 1. So commercial is kind of pulling the whole program up. But the challenge is that large commercial projects are still in the interconnection queue, and they have to be interconnected first in order for us to move forward and realize those benefits. So Pure's got a difficult job of figuring this out. We do with our utility colleagues as implementers, but with Public Act 25-173, we feel like you've sent signals to the market that you want to look at compensation, and battery storage is a way to bring the pairing of these systems.